Yerp, this perp, back with another video, and I just got done checking out the brand new movie on Hulu called Grimcutty. Now, when I first saw this trailer, I was like, yo, this is dope. You got a dude in here that looks like a mixture of the Jigsaw doll and Ryuk, and it seems like they did the fusion dance, and you get this creature called the Grimcutty. And this movie was really entertaining from start to finish. So, starting with the opening scene, though, this is where we first get our first look at the Grimcutty himself and what he's capable of doing. For some odd reason, this little kid is seeing this Grimcutty character, and while this is going on, the mom is kind of freaked out by the way the kid is acting, because the kid is cutting himself, and she's looking at different things online. And it really kind of plays with the hysteria, and that's a key word of this whole entire movie, is the hysteria of it. And this is where, after that opening scene, I'm not going to spoil where that goes because that's really interesting. We get introduced to our main character, Asha, and her parents are pretty much not that strict. They are your typical suburban family. But what's interesting here is anytime they go out on like a family outing, the dad takes the phones. They take all the electronics and like, look, you know what I'm saying? And that's a big key thing about this movie, is the technology, is kids on their phones, internet challenges and whatnot. And this leads into pretty much the parents actually getting word of these kids harming themselves, and makes them kind of look into this a little bit more about this Grimcutty thing and how this is really dangerous for kids. And then you start to see the parents start to react very oddly, you know, ever since they saw the picture of Grimcutty, similar to like Momo and stuff like that. That's like the best way I can kind of describe this movie. It seems like it was a movie that was kind of inspired by Momo and like the Slender Man. So as the parents start to trip out, Asha starts to see the Grimcutty, and this thing is just really freaky, just the way it moves. Obviously it's like a mixture of like CG when you see it sometimes, but then when you see it up close, you can see like it looks practical. But man, the way it just moves, doesn't even talk, but it just follows you. I was just really unnerved by how quick this thing moves. Like, one moment you'll just see it like down the street from you, and then it's just boom, right in your face. It's crazy, bro. And I just like how they play around with the creature and just how it connects to the parents, but also to the kids. And it's caused this whole mass hysteria. That's just going to be the key word of this video, is hysteria. But I like how they kind of play around with different things, as far as how we look at Gen Z kids, or even some of like the later millennial kids. Like, they're so attached to these devices that it's hard to communicate. And I like that too, because there's another character that Asha meets during this movie that, you know, ends up kind of helping her out or trying to figure things out. Her name goes by the name of Cassie. And I feel like a lot of people do this because Asha is also a content creator. She does like one of these ASMR things. I just don't understand the appeal of that. I kind of get it in this movie. It's kind of like a Zen thing, or just a relaxing, calming, whatever you want to call it. And that's how she gets introduced to Cassidy. And she takes one of her comments like, I don't know if you meant wow like this way or that way. And it's so easy to misinterpret what somebody's saying online because it's just through text. It's like there's no emotion behind it. So I kind of like that little aspect of this movie. I think this was just a really fun movie altogether. The parents, they're not the best actors. I would say Asha is still the strongest performance on this. Like the actress that plays Asha did a really dope job as the main lead. The creepiness is really there just because it's like the fact that this Grimcutty thing could come get you at any time and adults can't see it, that's terrifying. Only like the kids or the teens can see Grimcutty, but there's a reason behind that I won't spoil. And I thought it was a pretty interesting twist, but it definitely leaves a lot of room open for a sequel. I'd be down to watch a number 2 of this, like, because they didn't really necessarily, I would say, kill Grimcutty. Who's to say you can? You know, that's what's really fascinating about this movie in general, and just the different type of themes. Because most of the time when you get these kind of Gen Z type of horror movies, it's very on the nose with a lot of things. They weren't on this, and I think that it was a good balance of just like, okay, I could see this actually happening. I could see parents really freaking out, starting to take all these technologies away from kids, because that's what they think they're doing the right thing by protecting them from this technology, not knowing that it's more than just that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend y'all go check this movie out on Hulu as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? And let me know how you guys feel about it. If you have seen it, let me know your thoughts on it. And would you be down to see a sequel to this movie? Because I definitely think that this is a movie that's going to go under a lot of people's radar. I had a lot of fun with it. It creeped me out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely think that it's an effective horror movie. It might not be entertaining to everybody, but I found it to be pretty entertaining. Yeah, so until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.